then all these atrocities must be put to an end. My colleague Abolo Semuabu joins me now.
Amechi, good morning, and good morning, dear listener. Let me start from the last one you mentioned about INEC, worried by the attacks and denial of access to public facilities. The INEC is the electoral umpire, and they are raising their voices they want their voices to be heard, that they are cautioning other political parties. I know this is arising from the attack of supporters of PDP in Kaduna, and also the issue in Zamfara State, where the state governor banned some media houses because they reported opposition political parties. Amechi, I must tell you that I'm worried that other political parties' candidates didn't react to this, and it's not a good one for us. One should have expected that the APC presidential candidate, the Labour Party, the NNPP reacted to the incident in Kaduna and the incident in Zamfara State. They shouldn't have left it and kept quiet over it because it didn't affect them directly. Because the campaigns are just starting.
Where it affects them, they will indeed raise
but they should have also raised an alarm, because if it affects them now, other parties didn't say anything. I don't know where that will lead us.
And this is, like INEC said, clear violation of provisions of the Electoral Act and the Peace Pact.
The Peace Pact is
so if it's violated, what stops INEC from wielding the big stick? There are punishments included, clear punishments for violation in the Electoral Act. Perhaps INEC is trying to tell them, this is your last chance. Should we continue to give violators of our law last chance? We should encourage INEC to take action. Yeah. And the police and others should also do their own.
In the case of Kaduna, the attack of the PDP supporters, were able to identify them? But I know they can take action in the case of Zamfara State.
No, they are not spirits. If they can catch thieves, they should also apprehend political talks.
CCTV cameras
they are meant to provide security at that venue. Look at what happened in Ebonyi. Senatorial candidate, the man running against the governor, was picked up by the Labour Party under humiliating, dehumanizing circumstances. These are the issues that we should put on the front burner to prevent recurrence.
I know INEC will have a lot in his hands before the election, and that is why some persons will still be advocating INEC has an electoral offences commission, so that all these offences to be handled by that commission, while INEC is faced with conducting credible election. Be that as it may, Amechi, there are several issues you have raised. Let's start from the issue of flooding. I saw in the front page of the paper the governor of Bayelsa State taking Kano. And you just mentioned now, Mr. President, you are the father of the nation. The presence of Mr. President in one of the flooded areas, will give sigh of relief to the people, the citizens. What is happening? Is the president being shielded from this information? I saw a statement 2 days ago where the president was directing the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs to take charge to supply equipment, materials to Bayelsa State and others.
The president promised in 2015 that he will lead from the front.
Thank you.
There's no way you can say you want to lead from the front
and you are behind.
You are pushing your lieutenants to go front. No, they should stay behind you. You visit the place and they do the follow-up.
This is an emergency. Over 600 persons have been killed.
Dead, yes.
2.4 million displaced.
Homes
in 31 states out of 36 states. And the president is seated in the villa. And you are telling your ministers not to be involved in, that is very laughable. It's laughable because the Minister of State for Labour is the spokesman to the campaign, and you say they should not be involved in politicking.
Is this spokesperson?
Festus Keyamo.
Yes.
Has he not been speaking on behalf of...
So by what he said yesterday, Festus Keyamo should have been fired.
He fired or
if he doesn't resign today from that position as the spokesperson of the APC Presidential Campaign Council, the president should fire him before me.
Because he has given them he has promised to wield the big stick if they are involved in politicking. But that is a big one. But as he said, it's laughable because if Festus Keyamo and others did not resign from their positions, then which means the president is just mere talking, because they say talk is cheap. Maybe he's just saying it so that we Nigerians will say, oh, clap for him. The president is thief. He wants to make his ministers to focus on the job. I mean, he has about 7-8 months to go. And if you are telling the ministers not to be involved in politicking, it's laughable because they are all members of the APC, and no minister is a member of the PDP as far as I know, and none has jumped ship. No member is a member of the Labour Party. As far as I know, none has jumped ship. If you are telling them not to be involved in politicking ahead of 2023 election, you are just maybe we agree with Governor Wike that said that the presidency is backing Atiku up. And so probably maybe the president wants to look the way of Atiku. That is why he's telling his ministers, don't go and campaign for Tinubu. Because that is the direct interpretation of what the president is saying. Don't go and campaign.
That's the way you interpret it.
That is direct interpretation.
Some other persons may interpret it to mean that the president wants to finish strong, that he wants all his appointees, their hands must be on deck, and he will not want distraction.
Maybe you have a point in that, because he has ordered the Minister of Aviation to ensure that Nigeria Air kicks off at the end of November, and that Nigeria Air before the end of this year, Amechi, maybe I would like to agree with you partially on that he probably wants to finish strong. That's why he's ordering the Minister of Aviation to ensure that Nigeria Air kick starts before the end of this year. In Nigerian Air, that $1 million was spent in unveiling the logo in 2018. In Nigerian Air, that says only 5% is due for Nigeria.
No, for the Nigerian government.
For Nigerian government
as equity shareholders.
46% is due for two other companies. Then you have Ethiopia Air coming in between. So
as the majority shareholder.
So what do you call that? Local foreign flight, or what do you call it now? Nigeria, Ethiopia.
Ethiopia Airlines is 100% owned by Ethiopian government and managed by Ethiopian government officials. Kenya Airways, same, 100% owned by Kenyan government and managed by Kenyan government. Kenyan public officials. South African Airways, Rwanda Air, many of them that are all now international airlines. Now, in Nigeria, if you allow government to own anything, they will steal it to death. There's nothing left. Now, is it that you have more thieves in Nigeria than in Ethiopia? No. You may even have more thieves in Ethiopia than Nigeria. What the difference is that if you steal in Ethiopia, if you convert business of Kenyan Airways or South African Airways in a way to benefit you, the law will catch up with you and punish you. The difference in Nigeria is that we may have lesser number of thieves, but the few thieves we have will steal, and the religious houses will support them. The citizens will clap for them. No action will be taken against them. If you take them to EFCC, ICPC, their kinsmen and women will protest against that. That's just the difference. We have accepted that the few thieves we have in Nigeria are beyond the law and everybody. That's why we invite a foreign airline to come and manage our own national carrier.
I like those words you are using, thieves and stealing. Just like former President Goodluck Jonathan will tell you, no, it's not corruption. You call a thief. Because if you call it corruption, you are what do you call it? You are making it, you are rubbing cream and perfume on it. You are wearing it perfume. So it's stealing. Thieves, call them as they are. So Amechi, one will ask the question. Where is
in local language? Maybe it will sink more.
Only.
Where is it in your own language? Oyi. Come. Bloza, what's their own?
No, what's thief?
Oyi. So whatever name thief is in local language, anybody that dips their hand
in public funds
should be referred to that way.
So Amechi, one will ask, is it not the same country, the giant of Africa, that you have Ibon Air, owned by a state government? Why didn't the Nigerian government collaborate with Akwa Ibom state government?
There's Kali Air.
Yes, Kali Air.
I don't know whether it's still on.
I don't know.
But at least Ibom Air.
Ibom Air is effective locally. Yes. So why did the Nigerian government collaborate with Ibom Air to ensure that we have local content and our own? Okay, I was talking about research with somebody yesterday, and he said it's appalling that we have the ability, we have 60-70 research institutions in Nigeria who can, most of them can produce most of these things that we go outside to look for. So why are we not appreciating
the little
our
funding
own?
They get are stolen?
Thank you. Why are we not appreciating our own? And we are going out to an Ethiopia whose population is not up to combine Lagos and Port Harcourt. We are going to an Ethiopia whose
much
natural resources are not half of what we have in Nigeria.
Arid land for most of the plots.
So nothing we have is good enough. That is why you have 35,000 35,000 Africans that went to US for studies. Out of them, 31 are Nigerians that came with over 40 dependents. That is why we keep looking outside to get what we don't. We have all these things in Nigeria.
The National Assembly and the state houses of assembly are quick to amend
The Constitution.
our laws. They are quick to amend our laws to introduce capital punishment for kidnapping. Because they are victims, they could be victims. They're under threat. They say if you kidnap and you're convicted, kill the person. Capital punishment. Execute the person. And we pleaded with them that there's an example in China. If you're convicted for corruption, you should be executed.
Yes.
They will say, no, don't go there. For a single charge, maximum sentence for corruption is about 3 years. First, that's why they bring multiple charges and add them together, except the court says they will run concurrently. So where they feel they will take drastic measures to get the country right, they will say, no, don't go there. But where they feel that to safeguard themselves and continue to make it comfortable for them to continue to, on their part, they will throw in all they have.
Have you not heard that the speaker is also meeting with foreign airlines because of the hike in fares? They want to increase fares, and they are protesting. They are quick to attend to issues affecting them. But I also commend the speaker for trying to